All right, here we go. So, have a Ibanez TS9 Tube Screamer on the bench that was broken and has fixed itself in the process of trying to figure out what was broken on it. You can see powered up here, and the LED comes on, which when this first came across my bench, powered up, no LED. So I'm going to show you the steps that I took for other potential things that could have been, and other common issues that come up in these pedals that we can check for. So if you do get one of these and it doesn't power up, when you are plugged in, have a cable going in, if that LED doesn't come on, if you're getting no signal, there are a couple things that are pretty common to check. The first would be to see if you have power on the battery side here. If you do, there's maybe a problem just coming in from this side, from the DC jack. It's pretty common for these to become unsoldered, for those joints to crack from the 9-volt adapter. So your first check should be, does it have power from the battery? Another thing it could be pretty commonly is the protection diode. So we're going to take this apart here. Also see a lot of these pedals end up with a crack on the circuit board right here where that screw holds it on. And that screw actually connects the ground from the circuit to the chassis. So that can be something to watch out for. I have some issues with that. So if we look at the other side here, this might be a little hard to see, but we'll do our best. We have a diode right here. And that is a circuit protection diode. I believe in this, there's two methods of doing that for pedals. One is to either have a diode in series with the 9-volt supply, so that all current comes through it, and if you plug in something the wrong way, it'll blow that diode, protect the rest of the circuit. In this pedal, I believe it's a reverse polarity protection, which means it'll just be reverse biased. And then if you plug in the wrong way, it basically sends all current from your power supply through that, instead of taking it onto the circuit. So we can use our diode checker here. That's the little arrow with the line on it setting on your meter as a way to check those diodes. And this is polarity sensitive, so the black probe is going to have to go to the side of the diode with the line on it for one of these types of diodes, which I believe is going to be this arrangement. Nope, got it backwards. We're not going to hurt anything doing that. That's what we're looking for, is that 0.59, 0.6 to 0.7 range of voltage. It's basically just causing that diode to conduct when it reaches the forward voltage, the conducting voltage, forward bias position of that diode. And that shows us that diode's good. So we're good there. Another thing that can go wrong with these circuits have a setup where there's a buffer for the entire circuit. So if you do have one of these, you're getting no signal through at all. It could be that there's a problem, or I'm sorry, if you're getting clean signal through but no powered signal, it could be that you have a problem with your jack, your foot switch from the jack. That tends to go fail open pretty commonly in these. And so to check that, what we could do is go to our resistance setting. You could also go to your continuity meter, which is the little speaker. I like using this test for a lot of stuff. You'll know you're in the right mode because your probes beep. We can go across the 2 points of the jack and press our switch. Okay, and we're good. Or if we're just in resistance read mode, you can see there's about 1 mega ohm when the switch is open and somebody depresses the jack, 0.3 ohms. So that is good. Okay, so what actually happened when I opened this up, at that point in testing, I did all these same steps, and I figured, hey, I should probably plug this thing in and see if it actually makes some sound, and sure enough, it did. It sounded great. but the LED was not on still. So that pointed towards a problem with just the circuit for the LED, which can easily happen, with any pedal that's getting gigged or thrown around, especially something like this. There's nothing really protecting that LED. It could get stepped on or pressed against, or whatever else could happen. So at that point, we can see we have a little daughter board there for the LED. So I basically just went down here, and let's pull that circuit board out so we can get a closer look. Okay. So here's our LED. So you would assume if this thing powers up, there's no LED, the pedal actually comes on and is just fine. The LED must be bad, right? Well, let's check. So we can again use our diode check mode. This time I'll clip one of these on. So using our diode checker, we can check LEDs and it'll actually light up that LED. Now, if you were checking an LED with just a power supply, you would want to make sure to have a current limiting resistor in series with the LED. Otherwise, you could damage that LED. You'll just burn it up. Let's see if I can clip this on. I might do the other probe for that. And you can see here there's actually the line there indicates the negative side. There's also a flat edge on the LED. So again, that's the negative side of the LED. And if I press, and again, if this was with the power supply, we'd want a resistor in series, one side of the resistor connected to this leg or to either leg, and then the other side connected to the power supply. Because this is from a voltmeter, we're not going to damage the LED. But we'll use our diode check mode. You can see right there, that LED is coming on. We're conducting at 1.8 volts of forward voltage to turn on this LED. So what's going on there? The LED is good. Doesn't come on when we power the power supply for the pedal. So is there a problem from the power side going to the daughter board? We'll actually check that out too. I did a continuity check from each of these wires, so they're point on the board. They have continuity. I tested for voltage at those points on the board. They had voltage. I even then checked for voltage at the LED terminals here, and those were good as well. So that leaves one thing. If we get voltage to our LED at its legs on the component side, and yet that LED is not lighting, then there's only one thing it could be. I'll show you right here. If we turn on this pedal, that LED is on, pedal is fixed, LED is off, pedal's broken, fixed, broken, fixed, broken. So we have a cracked solder joint on one of these two solder joints. So all I'm going to do here is touch up those solder joints. I will also touch up, there's a couple other ones here that are a little suspicious, so I'll touch those up as well. I'll clean the jacks, clean the pots while I'm in here, do a play test, and then this pedal is fixed. That's it. The pedal that fixed itself with a little bit of help.